toward the kickoff here at the Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Today, a good matchup in the NFC. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olsen. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go from South Philly. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Saint on the play. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. First play of the game, first throw of the game. Man, down the field, it's Olave. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
3rd and 2. Here we go. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And that's not going to work either. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. It's going to bring up 4th down.
That's a heck of a stop by this defense early in this game, Mike, and it sets up a decision for the offense. You might be a little too far away to attempt a realistic field goal, but you might be a little too close to get anything out of the punt unit. I think I'm keeping the offense on. I'm trying to extend this drive, and I'm being aggressive here.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a scoreless game.
You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll run it with the Boston College bruiser, A.J. Dillon. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Adam Butler there on the tackle. 2nd and 6. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. This one brought in by Brown. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
On play action, Hurts. There's the tight end, Greg Calcaterra. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A gain there of 11. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
He'll get it inside the 20. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver. Leads to a real nice run after catch and brings up first down.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. Second down coming up.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
On second down, it's Dillon. And the Eagles are going to be set up with first and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane. They'll have it at the 1-yard line.
That's good. For Eagles, first down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. Third and short, fourth and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal. Dillon goes over the top and into the end zone. Touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead.
Saints nothing.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. Olave is the motion man. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
From the 34-yard line, here's second and 6. They'll throw out of the gun. Throw on the run is complete. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46.
think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
A first down throw for Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 2. It's a run out of the gun. Here's Dillon. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
2nd and 2. You're thinking, I got 2 downs to get 2 yards. How hard can that be? Well, against this defense, it turns out to be a big challenge. They take you back for a loss at 2, and now you find yourself on 3rd down.
3rd and short, and Hurts will throw. We'll try to set up the screen to Dillon. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
Mike, I don't really even think this is much of a conversation. On the plus side of the 50, I think you've got to keep your offense on the field, stay aggressive, and try to maintain possession. You get field position like this, you want to make sure this drive ends with some sort of points.
And he's going to have an Eagles first down. They pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. The gain is 18.
And the Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, but I don't think it's going to be his last.
And the D closes quickly. He stopped after a gain of a yard. Danny Stutzman there for the stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Demario Davis. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Can't tie the game or even take the lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
They'll go with a counter on 1st down. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
In motion comes Beckham. Back to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's 3rd down coming up.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Saints 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 3. Back to the air one more time. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. That is Za'Darius Smith in for the sack. It is a loss of 8. And now it's 3rd down.
And we've seen this time and time again. When this guy is in a groove like he is here, I mean, he's impossible to block. I mean, the offensive line, they've got to come up with a better plan to slow him down, or he's going to completely wreck this game.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. They get this out quickly to Olave. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down mark.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Saints are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. That was a quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
So I don't hate the decision, Mike, but it just feels like he put a little too much air on that ball. It just took that ball way too much time to get to the open receiver. And when you hang a ball that long, the defenders at this level are just going to break and attack on that ball. And he's lucky that didn't end up going back the other direction.
He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it's going to be 3rd down.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He'll try and get there on the ground. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. A big play there on the scramble. 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least Hurts was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's taken in by Dotson. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. They'll pick up 23 on that one. Good. Straight ahead, they go with Dillon. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. Boy, that one hurts, Greg. They had a really nice drive going and moved it halfway down the field, but then fumbled down here in the red zone, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Anytime you put together a drive of this length, Mike, you just want to come away with points. Of course, a touchdown is the main goal, but in this case, to turn the ball over this deep in the red zone is just a brutal turn of events for this offense.
Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
2nd down and 8. Now here's a keeper on the zone read.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
It's 3rd and 4. Hill drops the throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The Saints will punt this one away. Back deep, Jahan Dotson. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and running back A.J. Dillon making their way back out there. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Hurts. That's caught. It's Will Shipley. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Hurts. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
So one of the elements of a good screen game is the quarterback having the timing in his head to know, I want to hold the ball long enough to get the rush to commit to me, to set up the blocking and set up the back behind them. But I also can't hold it on forever because then I don't have an opportunity to deliver the ball. So it was really more of the latter here where he's trying to hold on as long as he can. The pressure just gets to him a little too fast, and The ball falls incomplete.
Trying to bounce that one outside, but only to be able to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Not a great start by this running back here in the first half, Mike. He had a fumble earlier. Now he struggles just to get back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to get more out of this run game as the rest of this game moves along.
So on fourth down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. And Gunnar Olszewski goes back deep to bring this one back. Oh, how about the coverage there? Met and dropped before he can get a return go. The Saints offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Olave is the motion man. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
8. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. It's the Saints with the football here as quarter 2 begins. From the 20, here's 2nd and 8 as we are ready to get back underway. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. A pickup there of 13. First down, New Orleans.
These curl routes. He's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Andrew Makuba up from his safety spot to make the stop.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
When you can bring quarterbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. The Eagles offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start out 1st down and 10. To throw is Hurts. Off balance throw. It's complete. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And he won't get away. Good open tackle there to get him down behind the lines.
The receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And that is incomplete.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up fourth down.
Here's Braden Mann now, as he's on to punt for the second time. Forward a few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over. The Saints offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Just across the midfield stripe. Here's 2nd and 9. Olave is the motion man. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He finds his receiver, Olszewski. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's good for a Saints 1st down. He'll look to throw. Left side into the hands of Olave.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Eagles' 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 4. Now give on the ground. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the 1st down inside the 25.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. It is brought in the end zone. Odell Beckham Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
Grupe able to add the extra point. And the Saints are on top. It's now 10-7. After the touchdown, it's Grupe to kick this one away. Gibson now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Hurts going to hold on to this one.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and 2.
Now a 3rd and 2. Hurts will work here from the pistol. He'll try to run for it. Taking advantage of the room to run. A gain of 19 on the scramble.
19 yards. And the Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Saints 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 2. Now Hurts. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's good.
Hurts and Brown connect, and it's a 1st down for Philly.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
Hurts going to fire this one out to Smith. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Devontae Smith. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Saints 16-yard line.
Again, Hurts. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Derek Stingley. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Like, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
The Saints offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, New Orleans.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
When you go out and invest in a young guy like this to be part of your backfield's future, you got to find ways to get him involved early, and I think here's a case of doing just that.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll stay on the ground. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now is one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. The elusiveness on display there. Nifty footwork setting up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly...
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Smile London in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
All the way back at the 14 now. 2nd down and goal. They'll look to throw. That is caught to the goal line and in. Touchdown, Saints.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Groupie now on for the extra point. He's got it. The Saints will get out in front 17-7.
17. Eagles 7.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. What a great return. All the way down to the 40-yard line.
A lot of what goes into being a great kick returner comes down to vision. And you're going to see here, he finds the cutback lane, and as he accelerates down the left side of the field, he wasn't far from taking it all the way down the sideline and into the end zone.
The Eagles offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And we'll get about 7. Still short of that first down. They'll try to convert it on 3rd down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He's got his man. It's Smith. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
That's complete to his big tight end. Dallas got it. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, Philadelphia.
The 13-yard line.
To the air again. Hurts. He'll step up and run this. And nice work there. Go into a slide. Gain about 7.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 6-yard line.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. 2nd down and 3. Give up the middle to the big back, Dillon. And he will score! A.J. Dillon, touchdown, Eagles. His 2nd touchdown of this first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Eagles are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14.
Eagles 14.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Quick throw, taken in, and they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and it just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Now they'll set up to throw. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He'll look middle here, and there's Olave. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down. Back to the air one more time. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's 3rd down coming up. In motion comes Beckham. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And he will have a first down, and they're in field goal range now at the 30. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. It is a gain of 23 yards. And now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's 1st and goal.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And
making defenders look silly out there on his way into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Groupie now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Saints go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over just before the half. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. Hurts. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Saints have got it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
The Saints offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. To the left side, OBJ is there. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Saints going to use their second timeout. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Red zone now. He'll drop to throw. He'll go back to Odell. They connect again. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
On the bounce at the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Look to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And I think I want to see a little bit more of this style from this defense. The key, Mike, is at that catch point, you want to create as much contact and be physical. Separate the ball from the intended receiver, and it's a great example there.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. He's going to have the 1st down. Just past the marker. It is 1st and goal. Here comes Blake Grupe for this field goal try. This about as short as you can get. Grupe's kick is good. And the Saints can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
By today's kicking standard, Mike, this is clearly a chip shot. I don't know if there was a lot of question that he'd make this one. So nice job making sure you end the half on a high note, coming away with 3.
And no return here. This is a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He connects downfield to Dotson. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. 3rd quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Hurts going to hand this one to Shipley. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
That's quickly out to Smith. We'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That one caught by Smith. It's a gain of 19 in the air. Good for an Eagles first down.
Good for an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Hurts going to keep it on the option. And this defense not allowing much there. They'll stop him at the 45.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And he's going to be taken down after a big second down pickup, but we do have a penalty marker on the field. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Second down throw for Hurts. He'll take off again, and they'll take this down inside the 35. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
1st and 10.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Now Hurts going to run this one himself. And he'll be met in the backfield and drop behind the line of scrimmage.
A lot of times the success of a draw depends on the defensive ends, Mike, rushing the passer. In this case, a great job by the defensive end. He initially reads pass, but then he determines that it's going to be a draw. He quickly adjusts, and he's able to tackle the running back for a loss.
On second down, Hurts. Out to his right. He'll run again. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. They get 21 on that one. First down, Philadelphia.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on fourth down. Hurts working in the pistol. That is Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Eagles are back within 6.
Saints 27, Eagles 21.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, it's Gunnar Olszewski. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Saints offense and their running back set to go once more. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down. We're all set to kick this one away. Dotson will bring it back. Oh, looked like he wasn't a seam for a moment. He's taken down after a solid return. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Hurts going to fire this one out to Smith.
DeVonta Smith. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8. Call it a gain of 13. Good for an Eagles first down.
18 yards on the play. That's good for the Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Man in motion is Brown. A first down throw for Hurts. He's got this complete. That's Smith. And he will go all the way. DeVonta Smith. Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Elliott on now for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Eagles have taken the lead by a point here in the third.
Saints 27.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Saints offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. Drive will start on the ground, and that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. It just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Olave is the motion man. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Moving to his left.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Here's 3rd and 2. Now they'll set up to throw. That is Jalen Carter, the Georgia product, barreling in for the sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
On 4th down, out comes the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's taken in right side by Goddard. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. They picked up 17 through the air. First down, Philadelphia.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Oh, he's got a man. His tight end, Goddard. A gain there of 23 yards. Good for an Eagles first down.
First
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts, who outs another catch for his favorite target. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 4. Hurts will try it again. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal.
Eagles, 1st down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around.
This one a win for the visiting Saints. This one went down to the wire. They're able to persevere and walk out of here with a well-deserved victory.